Hi there, it's Donovan, and I'm a poor fella who's only good at using his fingers and smashing, and I need some money quick, so I wonder what the prize pool for smashing will be. I'm going to League of Legends. Nintendo and esports. Two things that just do not mesh well together. Every time these two are in the same sentence, the entire scene goes to hell. Nintendo games have huge communities that love the experiences they develop, so it's a no-brainer that their competitive games also have big followings, especially Smash Bros. It's another wide open layup, and instead they go all the way to half court and shoot an air ball. Multiple times! Nintendo, compared to everyone else, fucking stink. They just refuse to do anything normal and instead try to go with the Nintendo difference. What's that? An absolute fetish for pissing everyone off. Surprising to everyone, but Nintendo was one of the earliest pioneers of esports. Universal made the incredible long-hour Nintendo commercial The Wizard, which featured a tournament scene involving Super Mario Bros. 3. After that, Nintendo saw this and said, yeah, I can do that, and get more money. The Nintendo World Championships were fun little tournaments promoting their NES games. These were one of the first mainstream tournaments and influences of esports, but it wasn't until one of Nintendo's most successful franchises that would change their course. Masahiro Sakurai created Super Smash Bros. For the N64. What do you think it is? Smash was just much easier and more approachable compared to other fighting games, and that was purely by design. This will be essential to understanding Nintendo's mindset to competitive gaming later on. Sakurai felt that as traditional fighting games were becoming more combo focused, casuals would feel alienated due to the complex wombo combo they were being blended in. I mean, I can vouch. What the fuck do you want me to do here? If you didn't know combos, you're just screwed, so have fun not moving for a solid 10 seconds. He designed Smash Bros. To combat this issue using an accumulated damage system to even out the playing field and also use simplified controls. And the rest is history. Smash was made to be the most approachable fighting game out there. It's a party game with your favorite Nintendo characters, and it was very successful. But then came Smash Bros. Melee that changed everything. Melee was just more Smash Bros, and you can't complain about that. It was just more of everything, but better in every way possible. But undeniably, the most influential change from Melee is the combat. Melee is just so much more faster with all of these techs that have limitless potential, if you weren't like half the roster. Melee's combat is something cherished to this very day, and it's able to stand on its own, even after all the other Smash games that came after. But really, Melee's combat was sort of a happy accident. Sakurai never intended the game to be this hyper sweaty competitive, and always focused on bridging the gap between the hardcores and casuals. His philosophy is to design a game where players didn't have to constantly keep up to be good. A game with a high skill ceiling, but was easy enough for casuals to hang with the big guys and possibly even win. He felt that Melee was too technical for casuals, and that's where it kinda got lost. And though the competitive scene absolutely loves this game to death, they'd take it out on a date if they could. It's a bit much for casuals to pick up. But hey, it didn't matter that much because Melee became the GameCube's best-selling game and cemented itself as a key Nintendo franchise. The competitive scene would explode with Melee. Players who absolutely loved its technical combat would play in grassroots tournaments and indulge in the community. But Nintendo's fetish for pissing everyone off was really getting them hot. Smash Brawl was released for Grandma's favorite toaster, the Wii. Aimed for the casual audience, Nintendo wanted to capitalize on the ever-growing market. Normal people. So not me. Smash Brawl would perfectly encompass the good and the bad of what defined Nintendo during this generation. Combat-wise, Brawl was much slower than Melee and had the worst fighting game design choice ever. Brawl was designed to rectify the quote-unquote mistake of Melee. Sakurai toned down the intensity and technical side of the combat in Brawl, making it easier for casuals to pick up and play. This did not sit well with Melee enthusiasts as the combat was such a significant downgrade. Everything just wasn't as flashy, fast, or exciting. But it did everything Sakurai wanted, making a game that even casuals can hang with. So even after Brawl released, people were still playing Melee because the combat was just that good and competitive Melee was growing more and more. Local events became established tournaments, and established tournaments became big enough for the likes of Major League Gaming. But hey, that didn't really matter, right? Because Brawl was once again a runaway success, but the cracks are only beginning to show as Nintendo, the demons they are, prohibited MLG from live streaming Brawl tournaments. Over time, more and more tournaments were blocked or canceled, Nintendo leaving no room for competitive Smash to breathe. They have this huge, growing scene of one of their most successful games ever, and they refuse to let it grow. Their fetish is really getting annoying. Like, geez, man, are you proud of this? The turning point, however, would be at Evo 2013, where Nintendo sent their favorite gift to the tournament, a cease and desist. If your kid was named Luigi, you already know what Nintendo's birthday present is. But thankfully, not just the Melee community, but everyone came in full force with their support, and of course, after a lot of backlash, Nintendo pulled out and Melee was on. But the message was clear: Nintendo didn't give a flying fuck about esports. But why? We'll get to that later. It was obvious that Nintendo just did not want Smash Bros. To be competitive, but it seemed like they kinda tried to rebuild that trust. Smash for Wii U and 3DS was released and was designed as a middle ground between Melee and Brawl. Not too fast or slow. They added more competitive modes and even held a Smash Invitational tournament to show off the potential of the game, and invited top competitors to play. Even Reggie was there to challenge Hungrybox, who eventually played against him in the following year.
Because now I'm going to play it on the go. I'm going to be able to come back up next time and kick your ass. Kick your ass. Kick your ass.
It is Reggie.
Reggie plays Ryu.
Oh, Ryu.
Right. Let's go,
Here we go.
Reggie.
Up throw. He died already.
Okay, keep in mind, he said he's been practicing for a year. Let him
Xbox
cook.
the Infinite.
Let him cook. He's using 1% of his power.
Oh my god.
It's just a setup phase.
Okay, the rest did like
The spot dodge attack, that's crazy.
He is part of his plan.
44%. I wouldn't be able to do that.
he did the fucking input. What the
He
fuck?
did the he's
He
crazy.
doesn't what?
He knows the
He does the input.
Wow,
Come on, Reggie,
Hungrybox
please.
sucks,
Come on.
dude.
Reggie up, he's short.
Yo, the grab punish. The grab punish does nothing.
Oh,
The
shit.
Oh my
pummel.
god. He short you and then got
Okay.
The commentators are trying. They really are trying. They're like, oh,
No, you did
my god.
Reggie, come on, please. Reggie.
Yeah!
One stock. One stock. Oh shit.
What will he
shit.
do? What will he
He
do?
can do it. He can do
The
it.
grab, the side B.
Oh
Uh-oh.
shit.
And he goes
Oh,
take
take it,
it.
take it.
break right afterwards.
Oh,
shit.
Reggie!
Oh.
30 seconds left.
You think Reggie can take
Oh.
What the fuck?
Ooh.
Hit the wombo combo. What? He's doing it. The wombo combo.
Hit the Hadouken input.
Dude, I believe in Reggie. Okay, I don't believe in Reggie.
No.
Damn it. Come on, Reggie.
Man, that was amazing.
He is salty. What did he say
is
to
a
him? He
smirk.
just said fuck you. He just said fuck you off mic.
Hungrybox is not coming back. He's like top priority for the ninjas now.
Damn.
Oh.
Those are
I spend 16
That's pretty good.
hours a day running a company. You spend 16 hours a day playing Smash.
You just have to say that you're fine. You're not really fine, but you just keep getting.
I like how at the end Reggie pats Hungrybox on the back like Hungry was the one who lost.
Nice job, buddy. But yeah, Nintendo seemed like they were at least trying to get the pro players back on their side. But what came next was shocking. Nintendo released Splatoon, their wacky take on the shooter genre, sporting a fresh new idea with a colorful cast of characters in a bright new world. Like most of their games, Splatoon is very easy to get into, but it also has a high skill ceiling for players to master. So inevitably, the competitive scene would take hold, so Nintendo didn't have one, but two scenes to look after. Nintendo even brought back the World Championships for a time that featured several games in the competitive fashion like Mario Maker and Mario Kart. Nintendo somehow even began sponsoring a select few Smash tournaments. Competitive Splatoon was getting big support from Nintendo never seen before. A tournament series was held in Japan involving a $1 million prize pool with no turndowns from Nintendo. They left a damn baseball team to create a Splatoon esports league. ARMS was created to add on to Nintendo's utility belt of easy to learn, hard to master games. Yeah, they kinda tried with this. They had some tournaments, stopped updating the game, and completely forgot about it. Mario Tennis Aces had some tournaments, What do you think happened? But anyway, Smash was getting bigger than ever, and Splatoon became a smash hit in the casual and competitive scene. Wow, Grandpa is becoming a liberal. This is unprecedented. Splatoon 2 and 3 released and offered even deeper experiences and further grew the popularity of the game for casuals and competitors. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is just one of the most successful games ever, and was further being seen as a true esport. And Smash Ultimate released and seemed like almost a return to Melee-like gameplay, offering even faster combat while still being open to casuals. Smash combat has never felt any better and feels almost perfectly balanced for casuals and pros. Nintendo partnered with PlayVS, making their esports games more mainstream to high schools, and Nintendo still hosts their own tournaments under Nintendo Versus, and Nintendo Live has 3 big tournaments for Splatoon, Smash, and Mario Kart, showing that yes, they're taking competitive gaming seriously. But at the same time, what the fuck, Nintendo? On a certain virus hit, everyone was cooped up in their houses and realized just how lonely they really were. But that wasn't gonna stop us gamers because, well, this is our damn lives every day. Tournaments were being held online, and you know Nintendo and online is another thing that will not stick. How can Smash Online, or just any of their online games, be this fucking bad? I don't understand, and I never will. But nonetheless, the competitive scene had to deal with it, and tournaments were held online. But one problem: Melee is a damn GameCube game and can't be played online. But here comes Slippi, a mod that can allow the impossible to be possible, granting Melee the keys to online connectivity. But Nintendo, in order to retain their copyright and protect their diamond-sealed vault of characters, gave another one of their famous cease and desist to the Big House tournament, sparking outrage amongst the community. Just let us play your games, Nintendo, jeez! Hashtag Free Melee began to trend in order to at least get Nintendo to maybe back down. Splatoon players even came in for support, with the pros sporting the name Free Melee at a Nintendo-hosted tournament. But unfortunately, they didn't back down. They even canceled the Splatoon tournament livestream due to the name. Nintendo pulled Smash Melee and Ultimate from Evo entirely, the most popular games at the event. Dude, it's free marketing. What's your problem? But hey, look, something good for once. Nintendo partnered with Panda Global for the Smash Bros. Ultimate and Melee Panda Cup. That was unforeseen. But there was also another Smash circuit competing with the Panda Cup, the Smash World Tour. Bada bing, bada boom, I have a cease and desist just for you. It's crystal clear that Nintendo doesn't have the same goal for Smash the pros want. The cancellation of the Smash World Tour absolutely demolished what goodwill we had left for Nintendo and competitive Smash. It was an outrage that not only soured the Smash World Tour, but even hurt the Panda Cup. It was at that moment where we all knew, for good this time, that we and Nintendo don't see eye to eye. But why? Why does Nintendo go out of its way to do the least sensible thing in the world? Well, maybe it's because they don't want Smash to be competitive. Remember, Smash was designed to be anti-competitive, to be for everyone, the funny Avengers-level party game. But that partially doesn't make any sense, because they host their own tournaments, and not even just for Smash. Maybe they don't want to be associated with the actual criminal behavior of some of these Smash players, which is a huge controversy and is just bad for business. But probably the biggest reason why they do all of this damage is for complete control. Need I remind you that Nintendo is very protective of everything. They want you to make very sure that they own the games you love and play. They want absolute control on how you play and see their games. They want everything under their banner and will do everything as safe as possible. They partnered with Panda, a company, rather than a bunch of grassroots organizers. They cancel all these tournaments but sponsor and host their own for quality control. They saw Panda as an opportunity to finally take what they wanted for so long now: the competitive Smash community. They're so focused on making Smash the funny haha party game, so focused on showing off the quote-unquote right way to play, when they unfortunately are missing out on the beauty of the quote-unquote wrong way. Listen, Nintendo knows what they're doing. They've been doing this forever now. They're playing this out long term. But when will you see the damage you're causing? Will you ever? But Splatoon and Mario Kart over here have been sort of off the hook and aren't abused as much for some reason. Why? I don't know, maybe they're more squeaky clean than Smash did not piss off the big N? I don't know. Also, Nintendo gives out the tiniest prize pools ever, while fucking Fortnite over here is giving away millions. What is going on here? Nintendo and a lot of things actually don't go well together. Like, what if Nintendo collaborated with sex hotels? That'd be crazy. Collab of the century!